Hi, everybody. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmina from Jasmina Brozovich Astrology. And today I have again one of my best teachers ever, Matt from, from Uranian Matt Astrology. Welcome, Matt. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm perfect. How about you? It's nice to be together again.
I know.
I'm
Thank you.
Steve.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time to share. I know you have a lot of classes, a lot of clients, and you are such a great teacher. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk about this beautiful transit that we are about to experience. So I invited Matt today to talk about Ingress Jupiter in Cancer that is going to happen on June 9th, 2025. And the reason, not only just because Matt is a genius astrologer, but because both of us have Jupiter in Cancer. So it's a
Yes.
Jupiter return. Yes. And we are so excited about it. So, Matt, let's start with this. Why is Jupiter in Cancer such a good deal?
Okay, so why is that good? Because Jupiter is about abundance. It's about rooting. It's about home, not home, but where you grow. So, and Cancer itself is about home. This is where we grow. This is our abundance. And also, Cancer likes to help people, help family members, and Jupiter also likes that. Jupiter is generous and helpful. So for that, Jupiter is pretty comfortable in Cancer. So also it is exalted in Cancer. So for that, we will feel the energy of Jupiter better after Gemini, I believe, when it moves into Cancer for that reason.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it was very scattered. It's scattered in Gemini. It's all over the place. Everything on the news, the fake news, the data, it's too much. We can't even absorb. So I think we're going to have like a cozy Jupiter with a lot of home cooked meals, with a lot of family gatherings. I think, I find that when Jupiter is in Cancer, there's reunions, like more of school reunions or family reunions are very prominent as well. People want to go back to the very nostalgic, they want to go back and research where they're coming from. I love that. That's very beautiful. What did I say for Cancer? Yes, it's sociable home, as you mentioned, sympathetic. Um, do you feel that on a global level? Okay, that's this, but on a global level, do you feel this will impact maybe the real estate or house pricings?
Exactly, that's what I was just thinking. So Cancer is about home. So we can see some easy, like let's say, supports that will make people have homes easily. So many people maybe move out of their family. Many people will buy their apartments or houses. Or there might be some easy regulations based on mortgage or credits or this type of things. So it can be about the real estate. Sector at the same time. Many people will also buy land. So Cancer is also about land along with Taurus. So it can be about agriculture, land. Villages will be so popular. So I believe with this transit.
That's very nice. Do you feel, because we consider Cancer is ruled by the moon, which is like a more introverted and like female energy, more uh, yin. What do you feel? Will this maybe on a global level, will this rise women in power maybe?
Yeah, we can see some feminist movements and we can see some, especially celebration of single motherhood,
Mm.
for example, or maybe some regulations for the benefit of single mothers. So it can also be about that. So we can definitely see some feminine power as Cancer, is related, and Moon, as you say, is related to that.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and maybe some regulations, and because Jupiter is about law and regulations, they might see some things regulate for single mothers or for child benefits or something, right? It can be
Yeah.
to that. And maybe Leo is more child, but still family, maybe family situations. Yeah, I like that.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And also, it is where you feel like family. You don't have to have children. It can be pets. It can be your nieces and nephews. So, for that, we can see some, let's say, support in this case.
Do you feel that your friends, can be family as well? Do you feel that people might, I don't, because we have Pluto in Aquarius, I'm thinking, communities or group becoming families, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So it can also be about forming your second family, chosen family of your friends. Like we, for example, like we are all over the world, but we share some common groups, common family. So it can also be about that. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that. So what is, for example, because you have Jupiter in Cancer, what is your personal aspirations? What are you looking forward with this Jupiter in Cancer for you? Or for
Okay,
everybody who
so
has Jupiter in Cancer, yes.
Jupiter in Cancer, perfect. So I look for more expansion and more groundedness. I want to settle down. I want to move, and I want to have some clarity about where I live or where I belong. So it can be about that. And also, Jupiter is in my third house. So third house is about education. I expect to grow my education classes. Also, I'm a master's student in literature, so I expect to graduate. So. And one interesting thing, the last time Jupiter was in Cancer, it was in 2013. I graduated from my BA at that time. So now Jupiter will be in Cancer again. I will graduate from my master's. So,
I like that. Yes, that's a
yeah,
good point. People, you can go and look what happened 12 years ago, and similar topics can come up. Of course, depending on the transit during the year, it's not like that. But I feel that people, like for example, for those astrology students who do perfections, who have like Jupiter year, like all the people who are going to be in Jupiter ruled year, they're going to be so much benefited from this. So if you are in a Jupiter or upcoming Jupiter year from June onwards, I don't know. I just feel that's going to be much nicer for them than people who had Jupiter year now with scattered. It's all over the place. Yeah. So what is the connection? We always like to reflect. Uh, what can we learn? Like, what can Jupiter in Cancer? What did he learn from Gemini and release something that's not good and upgrade it? Like, there's always something, when we each sign gives something else to it. So, what do you feel that Jupiter in Gemini and Cancer are? What is the connection there?
yeah, exactly. So Jupiter in Gemini is pretty curious all over the place, and you say so. It's like, oh, I have to do something now. I have to do this. I have to learn this. I have to act more. So that is good for motivation, good for intellectuality. But with Jupiter in Cancer, so it can be about, oh, I will just be in my own place, and I will just kind of go with the flow, and I will just feel what I feel comfortable. So I don't like people won't feel like they have to do something. So they might feel like things that they should do are coming to them already. So there will be some attraction with Jupiter in Cancer, especially.
I like that. Yeah, probably many people will think about expanding their families or having kids. It just comes, or as you mentioned, buying home, settling down, like making your own
Yeah.
bed, redecorating. It can be as well with that. Um, do you feel that prices might go up from houses or house materials, or just that
Uh,
expanding everything?
Okay, so we have to check other stuff for that too,
Mhm.
like eclipses and whatever will also be relevant for that. But I think they will not go that high because Jupiter in Cancer will kind of enable people to have houses or land.
Mm,
So I don't think that it can even be the right time to buy an apartment, buy a house, and so on.
I like that. Cool. Yeah, so it's gonna be beneficial more than a
Yeah.
struggle. Yeah, I think we're only gonna have one square with Saturn just in the beginning. I think it's gonna be 0 degrees Aries and Cancer. That's gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be just when he moves. What do you feel? It's the last square and it's in the cardinal signs in the world point. What would that be about?
Exactly. So for that, it will be like, okay, like let's say, like you are also a mother. So there's cake, birthday cake. The child is happy that he will eat birthday cake. But you first say that no, you have to eat food first and then you will eat your cake. So Saturn will be like that. Okay, like I give you the opportunity of Jupiter, but first you will have to be grounded, you will have to be responsible, you will not overdo it, basically. You will not exaggerate. So then after the square wears off, like we will feel the benefits of Jupiter exactly.
Yeah. So looking at the bigger picture, it will also square Neptune, right? And
Yeah.
square Saturn and square Neptune. So what would that Jupiter Neptune square be like?
Yeah, so at first, like negatively, let me say, so people can be careful with situations or people who kind of play with their hopes, so who give them some false hopes, so or false expectations. So Jupiter square Neptune might also be about that. And also, I believe that there will be some type of clarity in spiritual world or in religious sense, because like I have recently posted about Neptune in Aries history. So always like there was nothing about religion. So Catholic Church got separated.
Yeah.
Bible was translated into German, into English, for example, when Neptune was in Aries. So Jupiter and Neptune together might be about the spiritual and religious themes, basically, in my opinion.
Which is just interesting because Jupiter in Cancer is about homeland and home, very patriotic. So we might feel going back to the roots, because I just feel this whole year is still like old structures are still hanging on through a thread. They don't want to let go. I think this is still another layer of that. And then I think it's going to go all over the place when Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius and with Neptune and Saturn in Aries. I think we're going to have a total shift. But I think this is still still hanging on to the tradition and old and not letting go. Yeah, in a sense, I
Yeah,
feel. Yeah,
exactly.
but we'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. So this is the only thing that I think Jupiter in Cancer will make. I think it's in conjunct with Pluto. It's not, it doesn't see Uranus. So it's going to be Neptune mostly,
Mostly.
and Saturn. Yeah. So that's interesting. Okay, I'll share the my screen to
Uh-huh.
show the chart. Okay, let's see.
Yes,
Do you see the chart? Yes. Okay,
yes.
you move this probably here. Okay, so for everybody who's watching, I created a chart with 0 Aries rising because it's like a world chart. We are not looking at the houses. Don't look at the houses in the moment. This is just configuration here, uh, just for the world. So what do we see is happening in this chart? We have conjunction with Mercury. What do you know
Yeah,
about that?
so at first Jupiter and Mercury will be conjunct. So right now they are in square, kind of,
Yeah.
or Mercury is in retrograde, they were in square. But we will have that conjunction of the higher mind and the intellectual mind. So that will be pretty cool, I believe. And at the same time, Aries risings will have that in the fourth house of Cancer. So they are kind of lucky as usual because that's the natural house of Cancer. So more than that, like we have talked about Jupiter in Cancer, groundedness, home, family, settlement, rootedness. So Aries risings will also feel that intensely. So they will feel that in their core, in their inner identity, basically.
Yeah,
Sure.
because of the squares. Yeah. So let's start talking about rising signs right away. So you already started with this with Aries. It's going to be very prominent for
Sorry.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm. Go ahead. So house changes,
Uh,
family.
Yeah, so Aries risings might feel that, but globally, it is also the Ingress chart. Let me talk about that.
That
So
is, yes.
briefly, so we have Jupiter square Saturn. We talked about that. So that will be about like Aries rising. So for that Aries Saturn, so it will tell us to go slow, to do things slowly, to be cautious. So not to get too enthusiastic or too, let's say, uh, over, let's say, exaggerating kind of. But still, the chart moon is also in Sagittarius, so in Jupiter's sign. So there is kind of mutual reception between these two, and that will be pretty benefic, I believe, in my opinion, generally. So we are going to spend a very cool, productive, abundant year with Jupiter in Cancer. Okay, so now I can officially get to Aries rising.
Yeah.
So I sort of jumped into it
Yeah,
just
but
when I
sorry.
saw it.
Yeah, sorry. It's my Gemini. I also want to mention before we go to Aries rising that it's Jupiter and is sextiling Venus in Taurus. So Jupiter is in a good place. Venus in Taurus is in a good place. They are making a sextile to benefics. See it here. So I think this is going to be really, really good as well, as you mentioned. Beautiful reception with
Exactly.
this with the moon. Great sextile with a healthy, happy Venus. I like it. Like this.
Yeah, I love it too. So Venus and Taurus, and that degree is special as well, 3 degree. So there's a very good fixed star there. So I believe it will be pretty benefic transit.
Yeah, on a global level, and yes, of course, it's going to be good on global level. Do you feel, just before we start, do we think that people are going to be maybe just more emotional, more sensitive with Jupiter in Cancer,
Of
or
course. So
hmm?
it is also conjunct Mercury. So Mercury is also related to how we communicate our emotions, and it's
Mhm.
both of them are in Cancer. So there will be some openness about how we talk about our emotions, how we express our love, how we express our vulnerable feelings, and how we ask for help, for example. So yeah, they will be open with emotions, I believe.
Yeah, emotional intelligence. I think people are going to get
Exactly.
more emotional intelligence, or going to reach.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good. Oh, excellent. Yeah, and Pluto and Moon are in a sextile. Exactly. And the only thing that we have Pluto Venus square here. Anyway.
Yeah, the only thing is that. So Pluto Moon, so Moon represents people in global astrology. So for that, we can expect some maybe relief or maybe some easy times. Maybe I'm not saying global world peace, but maybe more better conditions than now. Like we will get rid of the false news and chaos or this type of things. So there will be some type of empowerment, I believe, with Pluto sextile Moon related to people.
Yeah, I like that. And I think with square with Venus, I think the alliances that we see in the world are going to go through some transformation. I think people, because who is with who, because we see this is changing on daily basis. Who is which countries with who, what is happening behind the scenes. I think this is still going to be an ongoing topic. And uh it's going to be a lot of behind the scenes things that we don't know who is actually with who and why.
Yeah, yeah, that can be about that, especially NATO, NAFTA, European
Right?
Union. So we will read a lot about these
Yeah.
things.
World Health Organization, I just heard that also they're now shaking the because US left. I don't know what's gonna happen. Anyways, it's gonna be,
Yeah.
I think those alliances, those, yes, because Pluto's, yeah, that's gonna be very interesting to see. Okay, globally, the globally is good actually. Yeah, I'm looking at this Jupiter. The only thing, this square with Saturn and Neptune, yes, that is strong, but everything else is in the favor. The Mars is not touching
Exactly.
him. Uranus is not touching him. Like there's nothing else. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead, please. With Aries rising.
So Aries rising. Okay. So as I said, like they will experience this Jupiter transit pretty deep, like in their fourth house, in their home family, and also in their inner core. So they will feel more abundant. They will feel more lucky, and they might also like be blessed by their families, or they might form their second family. At the same time, there might be some advantages related to real estate and property. And also, many of them might visit their home countries or hometowns. So they will also have some kind of back to basics, back to roots energy with Jupiter in their fourth house. Or if they live away from their hometown in a house, apartment, so they might move to a bigger house, bigger apartment, for example. Jupiter is also about expansion.
Mhm.
So this can also expand their living environment. So that can also be about that.
Yeah, and maybe with Mercury in the fourth house, there might be children. I just feel that Mercury is very, it represents young people and stuff. So that might be
Exactly.
addition. I just feel that for Aries, they might
Yeah.
expand family as well. Yeah, very interesting for them. Yeah. So you mentioned they're going to have some personal struggles because with this Saturn and Neptune in the first house. Do you want to add anything to that, or?
Yeah. So that might be about their family and themselves. So something in their family might change. So it can require some reconstruction, some structure. Maybe they will have a new baby. Maybe their children will grow up. They will need more space. So it indicates some reconstruction in the family environment. Jupiter square Neptune,
Yeah.
Jupiter square Saturn, sorry.
Hmm.
And one thing I also want to add, so Jupiter and Neptune are both about religion. So maybe they might have a kind of religious fallout or political fallout with their family members, because like they might believe in different things than their families, or they might follow a different political path from their families. So it can cause some type of argument or some type of controversy in the family. Yeah.
Yes, yes, especially these days. And um, now that you mention it, you got me thinking with Moon being in their ninth house at this moment. Uh, Maybe they will feel they want to change their belief system. I just watch out for cults because
Yeah.
they can actually go and start believing like obsessively with into something that and that is the fight with family. So just watch out for um, some gurus and worshiping somebody or something that it's not. Um, yeah, really.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can do this. If I can animate. I don't know. I'm just thinking. Can I? No, I can't. Not on it. Nothing. Forget it. I was gonna see. I don't know how you can do that. I can move. Toward.
So you can click animate,
Yes.
and then uh, click 1 hour. So you can animate for 1 hour. We can see Taurus rising next to it.
No, but it's not moving. See.
Okay.
No, no, because it doesn't matter. Okay. I don't even want to bother. We'll talk about it. Okay. For Taurus risings, we're gonna move everything 1 degree there. So Jupiter is gonna be wait, there must be a way. Sorry guys. I just
Yeah. Okay. So let me talk during that time. Maybe we can move the track. Taurus rising, we will have, I'm also Taurus rising. We will have that in our third house of communication, siblings, multiplicity, projects, education. So Taurus risings will be so mobile, so more than average. So like I'm a Taurus rising, like I don't like to leave my home for too long, and I like to be fixed in my place. I also have 4,000 euro, but Jupiter in Cancer, they might have some short trips. They might stay over, for example, for the night, for 2 nights in a friend's apartment, friend's house,
mm,
or they might also be more into education, teaching, master's, PhD, college graduation. So it is an amazing energy for that. So amazing energy for intellectual growth. So that will be pretty supportive of them, I believe.
I like that. And there might be some extension with their siblings. So their siblings might get children or something,
Exactly.
with Jupiter there, right? Or
Yeah.
yeah, or if you're a kid, you might get a sibling.
Exactly. Or their siblings might get married. So
Uh-huh.
Cancer is also about home, family marriage.
Mhm.
So they can see that as well.
That's gonna be interesting. Is it a good time to buy a car or some vehicle or anything with Jupiter in the third?
Yeah, exactly. So they can buy a better version, newest car, bigger car. So it can be a good time, but not at first because Jupiter will square
Yeah,
Saturn.
yeah,
So after that Saturn square wears off, they will be good to go.
yeah. In the fall, not before the fall. I
Yeah,
would say, yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. The summer is still gonna be very active with many different things. So yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, excellent. So they're gonna have this Aries in the 12th house. So how is this gonna psychologically maybe impact this Jupiter?
Exactly. So that is whole another story with Saturn, Neptune
Mhm.
in the 12th house. So, but that will be about how they communicate their feelings and how they communicate their psychological problems, how they communicate their needs.
Mm,
So, because communication will also be helpful for them. So they should not shut down. They should not be quiet. They
mhm,
should talk. They should write. And they should maybe, if they need to see a therapist, or they
mm.
can keep journals, for example, because third house Jupiter needs some expression, basically.
Yeah, I like that. And it's good for research, for digging deep. So if you're doing any research, or, like I said, PhD or stuff, it's going to be very good. It will give you discipline to research, I feel, one way.
Yeah.
Ah, excellent. Okay. Geminis, this is going to be in your second house here.
Yeah. So for Gemini, it can be about property. It can be about real estate, home, land. So they will increase their income somehow, or they might get some kind of support from family property, and so on. And they will also be so self-confident. Like second house is also about confidence. So they will feel grounded and self-confident. So that will be about some positive, let's say, approach towards life. So they will feel more maybe full of energy, full of motivation in a way with the second house Jupiter.
Yes, and you can make money from, if you want from
Yeah.
rent, for example, if you want to rent your property, that's probably, Mercury is also there. So I feel, selling, buying something, I think home related stuff, or if you have some stuff some old stuff you have at home, maybe you can get a good price for it. Like if you have some antiques or something old, if you sell it, I
Yeah.
think, like you find something, yeah, that's interesting. And so the square is coming from this 11th house of friends. Will friends maybe want to borrow money from them? What do you feel?
Yeah, it can be a thing. Yeah, they should be careful who they give their money, who they trust financially. And there might also be the risk of spending a lot of money when they socialize. So
Mhm.
they should be careful with that too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, 11th house is also about retirement. So if you have, if you want to put money for retirement, that's a better way to use this transit than to spend
Exactly.
on pleasure. So think about that. That's very good. Okay. Yeah, I think for Geminis, this is going to be very nice, because Jupiter was in the first house. They already got their little confidence, and so this is just going to be a
Uh-huh.
continuation and it's making, Gemini is good with Sag, with Aquarius, a lot of positive things for them. It's just,
Exactly.
yeah, I like that. Yeah. Okay. Then we of course have Cancers. That's their first house.
Yeah.
Mm,
So that will be amazing for them to have that in the first house, like it is exalted Jupiter in the first house. So that will be super cool, super self-confident, and super abundant. So they will feel like home within themselves. So like they will feel that abundance within themselves. And it will also be good for getting attention. They will get lots of attention from people. They will be popular, and they will, let's say, um, form their own circles at the same time. So this will kind of bless them so much. But of course, cancer is also about food. So the secondly, like they can gain weight easily at first. So they should be careful with that too.
yeah, I like that. Do you think because Cancers all they have all this nurturing energy in them, do you think they're gonna overdo it and over nurture everybody, maybe over smother everybody even more?
Yeah, it can be the case, but we also have Saturn square, so that will show them
Uh,
something.
okay, good. Yeah, so the squares is coming from the 10th house. How will this impact their career? What do you feel?
Yeah, so that can be about like who they are in careers, like who they are personally, and that will be about some boundaries. So, like in
Mhm.
um let's say in some work environments, they say that, oh, we are family, like we love each other. But you are just colleagues, like in work environment. So they will be aware of that. They will be aware that their work friends are work friends. Their work is work. So they are just there to earn money and be successful, basically.
Okay, I like that. That's a good point. Okay. Well, Cancer, this is your year. Use it well. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Leo rising. This is happening in the 12th hidden house. What does that
Yeah, 12 house.
mean?
So first, people are kind of afraid of 12th house, but 12th house is the house of Jupiter at the same time. It's the house of Pisces. And Jupiter is comfortable in the 12th house, and Jupiter is exalted in the 12th house. So this year will be a big transformation for Leo, unconsciously, psychologically, spiritually. So they will feel that like there's a kind of invisible force that is protecting them. So they will be protected from even dangers that they are not aware of. So that will be so like a charm, like a protection amulet or something like that. So I believe it will be pretty benefit for Leo rising. At the same time, Leo risings are so proud, so they don't like to show that they cry, they are unhappy, like they are in vulnerable situation. But Jupiter Cancer 12 theirs, they will be more open with their feelings, they will ask for support, and they will also heal their wounds, basically.
Yeah, I like that. That is very good. So the square is coming from the ninth house. So what about travel? Would you recommend them traveling or thinking about it? Or maybe not during the summer? What do you feel?
Like I wouldn't say that or not don't
Okay.
travel, but when they do, like they should be careful with documents, passport regulations, like expiration dates of documents, tickets, or they might get scammed. For example, if they book an apartment or if they book some tickets, so they should secure everything related to travel, and then they are good to go.
Yeah, okay, yeah. And just be aware of Airbnbs because the picture says one, you get there, and there is something
Yeah,
totally different. It happened to all of us, right? You see
yeah.
something and then, yeah, okay. I like that. I like it for Leos. I think they need this to move forward. Uh, yes, I like that. Okay, Virgo risings, that's me. And this is happening in the 11th house. And I am so excited. Tell me more, please.
Okay, okay. So 11 Taurus, yeah, I wrote about that in my 2025 predictions. So this will also be one of the years for Virgo risings because 11 Taurus is about our hopes, dreams, ideals, good luck, and so on. So Jupiter 11 Taurus, exalted Jupiter there. So this year they will see that, you will see that your manifestations are becoming real. So what you have manifested earlier are becoming real. What you think about will become so fast real. And other than that, it can also be about more popularity, more reach on social life, more reach on social media, and more friendships. And they can also make good connections in organizations, in non-charity organizations, for example, in groups. So they will be so much popular with that Jupiter in 11th house. And if they are not doing something social, for example, if they are just living alone or just enjoying themselves, so they will also feel pretty optimistic and hopeful for future. So that will be pretty uplifting.
I like yeah. So the if you're thinking about joining some organization and group, it can become definitely your second family with this,
Uh-huh.
right? So if you were looking for it, you were confused. I like that. Yeah, I mean it's my Jupiter return in the 11th, guys. The world is mine. I'm kidding. I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm joking. Okay, so yeah, so the square is coming from the 8, so that's a little bit hard. So what do you feel about that?
Yeah, that can be about groups, okay, friendships, organizations, but they should also be careful with the drama in social groups, in organizations. So there might be something going on behind the scenes, or they should be careful with the rules if they join a society, if they join a group. So Saturn is also about rules. And 8,000, 11,000 are also financial houses.
Mhm.
So they should also be careful with investments, or again, similar to um, Gemini risings,
Yeah.
so they can also be careful with the financial themes with their friends, with friendships,
Mhm.
like what they give to their friends shortly.
Yeah, because with Jupiter in in Cancer in the 11th, you really are feeling that you want to share everything with your friends. Oh,
Yeah.
this is I'm paying the drinks, or the feeling of
Uh-huh.
so that you need to kind of watch out. Good that you reminded me of because I'm traveling to Croatia this summer again, and reuniting with people I didn't see. I'm gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
very good. Libra rising. So this is very interesting for them because it's in the 10th house. Cardinal signs are more affected with this. So 10th house,
Yeah.
what is for Libra risings happening with this Jupiter?
So for that, like I know that Libra risings usually care about relationships, and because like this is the sign of relationship, they always ask for that, like questions related to that. But first, Jupiter Cancer. in the 10th house might be about status change, which can be about marriage or divorce. So let me tell you first. Uh, and it can also be about some promotion, some expansion in career, starting their own business, or feeling more like home in the work environment, for example. Like they will kind of realize their own potential in their careers. So they will go beyond their limits with that. So that will be super supportive for success.
Absolutely. If you guys want to rebrand yourself or, because Libra risings, they like to look beautiful, the image that they really care about the image, how people perceive them, right? So
Uh-huh.
your career image, you can rebrand yourself or redo something. I think it will be beneficial for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
how people see you. I think you want to work on that, and Jupiter is helping you for people to see you in a better light or to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, the square is coming from the seventh house, so there's going to be some issues with partners, right? As you mentioned, there's going to be.
Yeah, definitely. So before they start a relationship, like they should be open with their partners. So is this what I really want? Is this what you really want, for example? Or there should be some care with professional partnerships at the same time. Of course, everybody should be open and play honestly and clearly. And other than that, seventh house is also about projections, like as you say, how people see them. Like maybe it can be about that, like they should kind of stop caring so much about how people perceive them, how people project on them. So rather than that, they should kind of do what they want to do in life, what they want to do for their success. So seventh house Saturn might be about the exposure of projections, for example. Yeah,
Yeah, and some partner might feel that you are too much into career, and they're gonna not gonna be
uh-huh.
happy as well, right? So they're gonna need their put some pressure on
Yeah,
you. I think that you're gonna be anyway, but it's a good thing for you to showcase yourself in the world for sure.
exactly.
That's great. Scorpio rising. This is the ninth house, Jupiter. Where are Scorpios going? Tell me.
Yeah, so they can be expats. So they might travel a lot, they might be abroad, and they can join classes, they can learn astrology, they can join master PhD. So ninth house is also a pretty hopeful house. So they will feel that pretty positively. So that will help them with the intense energy of Scorpio. Basically, they will have some joy and fun in life. They will explore. And they will meet new people in hostels, like in when they travel, for example. So they will be more joyful, I can say.
Yeah, I would encourage them to travel. If you were thinking of, oh, one day, I think this is the day. I think this is never going to be better.
Yeah,
Uh, just because Mercury is there as well, so you're going to meet interesting new people. You can learn so much new things, right?
yeah,
And then the sun is going to be in their eighth house, right? Anyway, doesn't matter. So it can be profound for them for sure, for traveling. So
definitely.
the square is coming from the sixth house. So there might be some, obligations from work. What do you feel? Or just daily things?
Yeah, it can also be obligations for work, or maybe they see that they will have to have more qualifications, so they might join more trainings,
Mhm,
they might join more certificates. Maybe their workplace will require them to have master's degree or something.
mhm.
So, like, they will have some educational responsibilities too, and they will have to learn more skills for themselves, for their work.
Yeah. That is true. Well, interesting for Scorpios. I love it. Sag rising. So this is happening in the eighth house. Ooh,
Ooh.
very interesting.
So, interestingly, like now, for people for Scorpio risings, I believe, Jupiter in Gemini was at first difficult because it kind of enlarged the anxiety and the previous traumas. It kind of triggered them for them. But as Jupiter in Cancer is more benefic, I don't think that even though it's an 8 hours transit, so it won't be that stressful. They will heal their own wounds, they will heal their past, they will heal their trauma psychologically.
Mhm.
And 8 house is also a financial house. So for that, it can be about having more investment, having inheritance, for example. They will sure inherit something, at least $100, but they will inherit something.
Yeah. So that is interesting because also Jupiter is their ruler, right? So it's ruling
Yeah,
Sagittarius. So it's an extra double whammy kind of a thing.
yeah,
Benefit. Yeah. If I always say we often forget about the eighth house, but if you want to apply for a grant or a scholarship or getting money,
yes,
like something for free money that you don't that you not do not need to give back. It's also a good thing to do for any type of maybe you can research and find how you can get some um, better deal to buy something or to invest maybe at the buy stocks at a preferred price or something, and there's stuff like that that you can look into if for the eighth house. Yeah.
yeah,
So the square is coming from the fifth. Do you think that their kids or their something will come their
yeah.
way?
It can be kids, so they might also have to spend money for their kids' education. Their kids might have some requirements, and both fifth and eighth houses are also related to sexuality. So it can also be about having a kid, like having a kind of maybe unplanned pregnancy or parenthood. So if they don't want it, they should be careful.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
yeah,
I'm thinking because the moon is going to be in the first house for this ingress. It's going to give a feeling of again, emphasize maybe on a kid or on their body as well. Um,
exactly.
yeah, very interesting. Who is after Capricorns? So this
Yeah,
is
Capricorn.
his seventh house.
7 years, wow. So many of them will change how they view relationships. Maybe they feel like they think that, oh, before I get married, I should do this. I should be successful in my career. Before I do have a kid, I should do this. But with Jupiter in Cancer, uh, they might just navigate towards these things. So they might be pulled towards relationships. So many of them might meet long-term partners. Many of them might get married. Many of them might move in together, for example. And also how they see a relationship will change. So maybe they will be more open in a relationship. They will be more they will accept being vulnerable in a relationship, basically.
Mhm.
So, or feeling vulnerable. So,
Yeah, but they might not like it. I don't know.
yeah, they
Capricorns,
might not like it.
they might not like it. But I think it can give you, it can, Jupiter going through the seventh house, it can, bring um some nice things with their partners. They can do some,
Yes,
they can feel, as you mentioned, more connected, and they can just enjoy. Maybe it's a time for them to enjoy partners as much as they enjoy work.
exactly. Exactly. And they will also be so popular. People will look at them on the street. So, like,
Mhm.
they will feel all eyes on them. So, they will be popular.
Yeah, especially if you have your own business, if you have clients, you have abundance of clients, I feel, because of the
Exactly.
seventh house. So the square is coming from the fourth. So the Aries
Yeah.
stuff, what's happening with their home?
Mhm. So it can be about their relationship with their family. So maybe they need to change something in their relationship with their family members, or it can be about maybe they have a partner, but their family might not really approve that at first. Or it can be about moving in together with somebody, but before they move in together, they should be again open. Like these are my criteria for living together, kind of. So
Uh-huh.
that can be about that too.
Okay, guys, you heard it here first. Yeah, it's gonna be it's Jupiter, as we mentioned in Cancer, is beneficial for everybody. But I think for cardinal signs, there are gonna be some adjustments. because they
Yeah,
have this square from cardinals, right? So there's like I think cardinal signs will help to have to do more adjustments or to get the benefits from this Jupiter. That's how I feel. So
exactly.
making compromises in general will help you. You will get more abundance if you compromise or make some adjustments. Um, okay, Aquarius. This is happening in the sixth house.
Okay, so that will be interesting. Again, the first thing on my mind, like sixth house is about health, so there might be some healing. They might be healed from a long-lasting health problem, so things might get better.
Mm.
And other than that, they might have a kind of sweet tooth because Jupiter is also about treats, sweets, sugar. So sixth house, they should be careful with their diet and with how much sugar they consume or how much alcohol they consume because Jupiter is also about the liver. So there might be some problems there if they consume a lot of pleasure, drinks and food.
Yeah, and Venus is in Taurus, so
Yes.
so it's not helping with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to, for example, get a new pet or something, that could be a
Yes.
thing. This is the time, this is the year to get the pet or
Exactly. Your pet will be your family at the same time.
yeah.
And yeah, they will also enjoy their life, their routine better. So they will feel more, let's say, enthusiasm, more optimism in their work, in their daily life too.
Mhm. Yeah, less pressure from everyday obligations. I feel that's very good.
Yeah.
But the square is coming from the third. So do you think that the communication is gonna kind of be a problem,
Yeah.
maybe?
Especially at work, they should be careful with gossip. So third house can be about gossip. So, like, also, like, they might be kind of let down by someone they trust. So, this can be the case. So, they should be careful with promises, words, communication, messages, emails, and this type of things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is very good. And Pluto is in the first house. So, everything that is happening, it can give you empowerment if you want. So think
Yeah.
about it how, not don't feel defeated, feel empowered.
Yeah.
Okay. Pisces, dear Pisces, this is fifth house, Jupiter.
Oh.
Lots of babies, lots of babies.
Yeah, yeah. So that can be parenthood, pregnancy, children. Other than that, like there might also be something good in the lives of their children if they have adult
Mhm.
children. So they might get married, they might have scholarships, for example, they might have better job opportunities, their children too. So
Mhm.
that can be about that. And Pisces risings like will have new hobbies that they will do from home. So they will be invested in their fun. Like they will kind of reconnect with their inner child, with their childhood. So if you're a Pisces rising, think about what you wanted to do as a child. What were your aspirations? What were your hobbies? So you will do them a lot this year. So your childhood will inspire you, basically.
Yeah, and thinking about do-it-yourself projects, that's kind
Yes.
of a thing exactly what at
Yes.
home, finding materials and stuff at home and just redoing stuff.
Uh-huh.
This is also a dating house. So do you think they're gonna,
Yes.
if they're single and dating, will this be larger than light?
Yeah, it can be like so quick. So, like they might hang around, they might just look for fun, but they might find themselves in a relationship. They might find themselves moving in together, kind
Yeah,
of. So
yeah.
and it can be about that.
But the square is coming from the second house. What
Yeah.
the finance house is going to be activated as well. So what about that?
Okay, so if they have children, so they might also need to spend some money on their children, so they should set aside some money. And they might also at first overdo spending for fun or hobbies. So, like you want to do painting, you want to join a painting course, you buy materials, but they might cost you a lot. So they might have this type of spending. So they should not buy things that are not necessary right now for them.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that.
Yeah, I was just thinking, when you mentioned, oh, your kid is getting married, and then you have to pay for the wedding. That's kind of a thing.
Yes.
You're like,
Yes.
it's a joyful thing. Oops, it's a joyful thing, but it costs money. So that's
Yeah.
another thing. So your projects, your creativity might be too expensive. Fifth house is also about uh, concerts and theater and going. If you wanna. Oh, I want to see that artist, and Lady Gaga is coming to town. Then you spend like, or who is very popular now, Taylor Swift,
Exactly.
right? So, and then you overly spend to have fun. So that can be
Yeah.
a situation like if you feel good, like this is gonna make me feel good, but yeah, no, that's very nice. Oh, that's we did it. We did it, Matt. We
We
read
did
it
it.
all,
Wow.
all the signs. I love this. I'm so excited about this Jupiter in Cancer. It's in my
Me too.
seventh house. I'm looking forward to just connecting with people and doing astrology and online and continuing what I'm doing. And yes, it's been a beautiful journey. I think I started all this. Where was Jupiter? The seventh house, and it kind of came now in the last
Uh-huh.
5 years. It's really it gave me a lot of beautiful things.
Yeah.
Ah, before we finish, Matt, please tell everybody what are you doing, where the people can find you, what are you currently teaching?
Okay, thank you. So people can find me on Instagram, Uranian Astrologer Matt, my username. So I do readings and I do birth chart reading, Uranian and asteroid reading. So I use Uranian planets and 70 asteroids in that reading. It's both natal and predictive. I do solar return and sinister readings at the same time. And I also rectify birth times if you are not sure about your birth time. And I'm currently teaching my Uranian astrology class. The next one will start in September. I'm teaching modern astrology class. The next one will start in September. And I'm teaching a psychological astrology class with Daniel. And the next one will also start in September.
That
So if you are into learning astrology, you can contact with me to join the classes that I will offer in September.
Yes, perfect. I will join the psychology class. This is the only one I didn't take. I'll take it. Yeah, yeah. I just didn't have time
Yeah.
now. I told Daniel as well. I said, I just didn't have time to do it now. But in September, I already put it in my head. I'm not doing
Oh my
anything.
God, perfect.
Yes,
I
yes. I
missed
thought
you in class. Yeah.
I know, right? I just that's really my family. My astrology class.
Yeah.
People from there are just guys, you heard it here first. This Jupiter is actually in Cancer. Not only that it's in Cancer, it makes some nice things. Ingress chart is nice. Just be aware. I kind of like that Saturn and Neptune are there just to kind of remind us that to keep us in check. Let's say so we don't overdo it. But overall, good luck. Yeah, watch how much you're all gonna think, and we all gonna eat more. I feel not just
Yeah. I feel
Cancer
that
rising.
too.
We're all gonna feel like we want to just nice food and enjoy life with people we love. Thank you, Matt. Thanks everybody.
Yeah.
See you in the next video. Bye
See you
bye.
then. Bye bye. Thank you.